If that's not the most adorable little squishy thing you've ever seen, I don't know what is! Hi and welcome to Tabletop Gaming, the home of things like this, a monthly magazine full of all things tabletop, as well as other cool things like podcasts, news, reviews, features, interviews. Check out our website and sign up to that magazine in the description below. I am Charlie and today I'm going to take a look at this, which was sent to me by Exploding Kittens. I'm very excited to get inside. I don't know too much about it, but it is an Exploding Kittens expansion. That's where we're at. So here's what we know so far. This is the Cat Burglar edition, and what I love about it is there is a little squishy in there. Now, if you've played Herd Mentality by Big Potato Games, they have a little pink squishy cow, and you spend the entire game wanting to get the pink squishy cow, even though it's supposed to be a penalty. I'm curious as to whether it will be the same with something like this. If you have any of those, by the way, any sort of specific components that you really, really enjoy, I'd love to hear about them in the comments. Now, this has, on the back, so let's have a quick look round. We have this, he's going to be stealing cards, which is an interesting change. It is for ages 7+, it is for 2 to 5 players, and apparently will only take about 15 minutes, and it's labelled as a party game, so that's where we should expect to play it. Now, many of us have already played Exploding Kittens because of its sheer success on Kickstarter and its dominance in the sort of everyday market. You can pick it up in Tesco's and in Waterstones and in those sorts of places, so many of us will have seen Exploding Kittens before. It's a standard card game. Is it standard when it's the first one that does that? I don't know. It's a card game in which you're going to be trying to avoid pulling the exploding kittens, because the only way to stop that explosion and you're leaving the game soon is by diffusing the situation with a diffuse card. You start off with one, but you can potentially collect them through the deck later. They're always worth keeping hold of, and you're desperate to keep hold of them to prevent your imminent death. So this includes all the cards from the original Exploding Kitten game, plus a squishy Cat Burglar, which is aforementioned squishy Cat Burglar. Without further ado, I feel like we need to look inside. Now, what fascinates me about this is the size of the box. I haven't got Exploding Kittens with me today to be able to show you the difference in size, but the Exploding Kittens box probably stops here and is, I believe, even thinner. So whilst there is that extra little Cat Burglar in there, that's a lot of extra space. So I'm curious, maybe there's more in here, or is it just blank space? Oh, it is just blank space. So taking a look at this more closely, these are the cards to play Exploding Kittens, and this is our Cat Burglar. Each of these, although very nicely created and put together, and I think it's a nice format, they're empty. So it's just sheer empty space. When, for example, you could potentially put it back in the old Exploding Kittens box and have it side by side. I know I'm a stickler for this. I really don't see the point in having large boxes for the sake of having large boxes. Part of that is from an environmental point of view, and part of that is from the fact that there are a lot of games on my shelf, and as much space as I can condense as possible would be great. But by the by, it's here, it's there, it's done. This is a cute little squishy. This feels like it could have been marketed as a stress toy, because all I will do is just sit and squidge the really sad looking cat. Now, okay, so we know these cards are the same because they've already told us on the back, but we also have our instructions here. Now, Exploding Kittens are normally very good for having an online version. Yes, hey, don't read the rules, go watch them. So that should help out a little bit. You play your normal ones. This is a good, if you haven't, don't treat this necessarily as an Exploding Kittens expansion. This is Exploding Kittens with Cat Burglar, because otherwise it is basically the same. So this is worth buying for someone that hasn't got it, rather than someone that has got it and wants more of the good stuff. So the Cat Burglar rules are pretty straightforward. If you have a Cat Burglar in front of you on your turn, you can pick a target player and ask for any cat card. So a Taco Cat, a Catermelon, a Hairy Potato Cat, Beard Cat, Rainbow Ralphing Cat, and then you put the Cat Burglar in front of that player. That player on their turn, after surrendering the card that they have to provide, can then pick up the Cat Burglar and choose to do the same. Now, what's interesting about this is that because it has to be a cat card, it can't be a diffuse card. So the real sort of, I wonder if that's a balancing thing, but that I suppose also just stops people from handing over diffuse cards backwards and forwards and working out who's got them and immediately taking them. It could be a good technique to hold on to the Cat Burglar, to wait for the diffuse card, to steal it just before you then do something else, but by the by, when it's the cat card then, so the cat cards you collect a pair of in order to be able to steal a random card from other players. Now, the exception to that, of course, is if you get a 3 of a kind. So if you're trying to get 3, you can point at someone and be like, right, I want your diffuse card, and then they have to surrender it over to you. So actually, yeah, it's got options. It keeps it a little bit more engaging around the table, which I like Exploding Kittens for, because you've got to keep an eye on what's going on in other people and how they're doing things and what you're doing. This is going to be your way in which you then be able to keep the pace quite high. I think it's one where if you've already got Exploding Kittens, you don't need this, and I wouldn't necessarily replace my version of Exploding Kittens with this, although this is delightfully fun. However, if I was buying it for someone brand new, I don't think I'd hesitate to pick up this one, not least for the squishy that comes with it. Now, I don't know what the price of this is, I don't know what the difference is. I will pop in the description when I find that out. I did try to interrupt this to Google so that I could tell you what the cost was, thinking it's silly just to put it in the description when I can check now. It's not out yet, so I can't tell you what it values at, but I can put that in the description, presuming this video will come out when that information is available, or I can find out for you, and hopefully it's not too much more than the original. It's a nice way to refresh it for people that perhaps didn't buy the original and aren't interested in buying the original, to give it a different form of shelf appeal, which is perhaps why it's gone for the bigger box, and if it's an incremental increase, it makes business sense for it to be there as an option, because if it's only a couple of quid extra, why wouldn't you get this one? I get it. I am, of course, a fan of Exploding Kittens. I enjoy it as a game. I know it gets a lot of stick, but I like it. So overall, I like it. Would I buy it afresh? No. Is it a good present for someone? Yes. So that's what you've got to weigh up. Now, I appreciate this has been a very quick unboxing because there is very little to it. It's the same cards as a previous game, but it has a cool squishy thing in that adds a little bit extra. But that's why this one has been rather brief. Now, if you would like to hear more from people who do know what they're talking about when it comes to tabletop gaming, do head to tabletopgaming.co.uk. Do check out that magazine that I mentioned at the beginning. But all I want from this video is for you to comment and let me know either what your favourite card is, or what your best Exploding Kittens memories are, or what you think of this. I would love to hear from you because it means my job that my job is to talk to people in the comments about games, and that to me is utterly delightful. So I would love if you could comment. I respond to all of them, and I would really appreciate if you did so. Don't forget to like and subscribe to see more like this. We've had some bits from Exploding Kittens before. You can go and check out our video on some of the other games they've got. We've got their Taco Cat spelled backwards, for example. We've got their Minions version of Exploding Kittens. That's an interesting watch, and some other bits and bobs, so be sure to go and check those out. As always, thank you so much for watching, and have a great day. See you soon.